The Assistant U.S. Secretary of State for the Bureau of African Affairs, Johnnie Carson, is constantly working at the forefront of multiple major issues affecting Africa and U.S. relations. Today, Ambassador Carson, a 37-year veteran of foreign service, spoke with media via conference call. VOA's Scott Stearns was a participant in the discussion, and he joins us live from the State Department with the highlights of the discussion. Hello, Scott.
Hello, Vincent. How are you?
I'm fine, and we know Mr. Carson really articulated a range of issues, including Somalia. What did he say about the situation in Somalia?
As you know, the AMISOM forces in Somalia, principally the Kenyan forces, are moving slowly on the port of Kismayo, which is the last real stronghold of the al-Shabaab militants in Somalia. It's Ambassador Carson's view that a successful retaking of Kismayo would significantly weaken al-Shabaab and help strengthen the new government in Somalia. He said, that there have been a lot of political advances over the last year in Somalia, but that is really underpinned by the military successes of AMISOM, chiefly those forces from Kenya, Uganda, Burundi, and Djibouti.
Now, not so far from Somalia, there has been ongoing violence in Kenya's Tana River region. What did he say about the situation there?
Ambassador Carson said that violence is a grave concern of the United States, not only for the loss of life, but for what it means for Kenya's next election. As you recall, the wave of violence that followed the last election in Kenya is something that all Kenyans say they hope to avoid. And Ambassador Carson said the way to go about that is to ensure the neutrality of the Independent Electoral Commission in Kenya and the work that they can do to prepare for this vote. He also said that Kenyan politicians need to live up to their promises and ensure that they're not dividing the polity along regional or ethnic lines and feeding into the violence that we've seen in Tana River and creating the conditions for another round of post-electoral violence.
Now, Scott, share with us what the ambassador said about Mali, where we know also there has been ongoing instability.
Yes, as you know, the Economic Community of West African States is considering a military intervention force in Mali, and Ambassador Carson said that the United States, the international community, continues to be involved in that. The also need for ECOWAS to work outside of the community, chiefly with Mauritania and Algeria, to contain the activities of al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb, the al-Qaeda affiliated group that is active in Mali. Ambassador Carson also spoke about the need going forward to restore democracy and accountable governance in Mali, that the military, especially those who took power in the last coup, not be involved in any way, directly or indirectly, in that political process.
Well, thanks a lot, Scott. Well, that's VOA's Scott Stearns reporting live from the State Department.